Alright, I'm going to take us in. Hello and welcome everyone who's watching the stream to a Saturday night edition of Mock Overwatch League. Um, we are going to be casting specifically the Tokyo Tremors versus the Atlanta Crusaders. We're waiting right now on Soul Chicken to apparently restart his PC because it's a potato, and that is a direct quote from chat, not my assumption. But once that's done, hopefully we'll get started up. Hopefully we're not taking too long with the timeout. Hopefully it doesn't take that long for Mr. Chicken to get his PC up and running. While we're waiting for him, I still have the desktop audio muted, gonna check. Ow, cat, that's my foot. Sorry. I'm gonna check that the audio is working on my stream real quick. And it is working. Sweet. So we're going to turn on the desktop audio. We should be ready for whenever Soul Chicken's computer starts up. Until then, we will be here waiting on this beautiful screen made for us by the design team. All right. Oop. It looks like actually we are going to, instead of waiting for Soul Chicken, they are going to put in Womp Domp. Let's go here. All right. Looks like we have our starting lineups in for this first game on Oasis as our starting control map. We have the ready ups. We have Anime Saint and Oop, as we enter the game. We're going. We're going. All right. But anyway, Anime Saint Magnanimally on tank with Dabmaster and Charlie on DPS. Womp Domp and... Oh, no, never mind. They didn't put them in at the right spots. So it looks like we're going to have Acid on tank. Anyways. Welcome to Garden on Oasis. Let's see what these two teams pulled out. Tokyo Tremors is a team I've casted a few times, and they've got a really good dive. Atlanta Crusaders I have scrimmed against actually fairly recently on HZ, and they had a pretty strong composition. Dabmaster is a decent DPS. So let's see what they pull out for this first map. And it looks like we're going to have a double bubble on the side of the Tokyo Tremors, blue team over here, with a straight dive, Winston Diva coming out from the Atlanta Crusaders with a Somber Reaper to follow it up. On the side of Tokyo Tremors, we have two trees on the McCree with SMO on the Genji, Jabba on the Lucio, and Fang on the Ana. So it looks like support lines same throughout, so we will have a direct 1v1. Let's start in with Bathwater on this double bubble dive. I do know Acid, so from scrimming against Atlanta Crusaders, they really like the EMP bomb combo. It gets a lot of value for them. They're very good at it. So my guess is that's what they're playing for here. Bathwater is in, bubble is down, and he is hacked. Even though the anti is good, but he does have to back off because of the hack. Back in on the point, bubble comes out from Blinky, gets hacked again as soon as the bubble goes out. Right now it's just poke, poke, poke. Nothing has really happened. Smo is going to get the first pick, but it is followed up by Acid getting a pick onto Bathwater. Smo is just cleaning up here. So far got 3 picks on the Atlanta Crusaders. Baby Diva's still on point, as it is now just time to chase the Sombra. Ooh, and the Moira gets picked too. Jabba getting 2 in there. Nice, nice, nice. And we have some decent ult charge on the side of Tokyo Tremors with Jabba almost at beat. And we also almost have Blade from Smo. We don't quite have Nano, so we may be waiting for that. EMP's at 83%. Meanwhile, Diva Bomb, if they wanted to do that combo, is only at 70%, so it will not be ready for this next fight. They do have Coalescence coming in. Looks like we're poking left. Bathwater has been hacked again, is going to have to back off and get low. Coalescence comes in as an engage from that. EMP to counter the Dragon Blade does get 5 people, is going to clean up and prevent the Dragon Blade essentially from getting any value. And right now it is just going to be a solid cleanup with this Sombra from Dabmaster and Anime Saint just cleaning up on the point. 2 ultimates in, and for 1 ultimate on the side of Tokyo Tremors. They do have a Grav coming in. They could possibly do a Grav High Noon. They're also coming up on Primal. Meanwhile, they have a Diva Bomb almost on the side of Atlantic Crusaders, as well as a Primal with a beat of their own. Grab on the high ground. It's going to be up to this Monkey to try and do a lot of damage, but Monkey gets booped off and then gets hacked. Diva Bomb comes out, and now it is just Blinky on point. He's going to just stand still and die quickly. Really no value out of that grab. I think it was unfortunate positioning. The hack on the Monkey was too good. It wasn't able to get any value off of the Graviton Surge, which essentially means it's a wasted ult. Although they still have 4 ultimates in the tank. They have a High Noon. They have both support ultimates. They have the Monkey ultimate, but they are pushing into a Death Blossom and a Primal Rage. They can, if they get the beat off in time, they can counter this Death Blossom. Looks like they're going to be pushing this right side. Let's follow. Where this Death Blossom goes. He's in the back. Gonna get stunned immediately by 2 trees. Meat comes out to counter from Jabba as well. Bathwater is just repeatedly hacked. Primal comes out from Womptop. It is going to get Blinky. Charlie's going to use the Coalescence to try and stabilize the fight further in the favor of the Atlantic Crusaders. And right now it is just a Slowcard trying to desperately protect the GPS, but both Jabba and Fangori go down. Bathwater is forced to back out. And now we are almost at an EMP from Dabmaster. Nothing really to combo with it, but EMP itself is a pretty dangerous ultimate. If you can shut down Bathwater or this upcoming Blade from Smo, he's probably trying to farm it up as... I'm sorry, I hope it's Smo and not SMO. My apologies if I get that wrong. Trying to get that up. Let's see where Dabmaster is. Looks like it's going to be an early High Noon, or not High Noon, EMP. High Noon comes out from the left side but doesn't manage to get anything. Anime Saint is going to get Blinky. Charlie 2 trees, and Womptop's going to clean up Smo, hack onto the Monkey just to prevent him from Primal Raging, and it looks like this overtime fight is over with Jabba forced to hide in a corner, and no one can make its point. First segment goes to Atlantic Crusaders.
I'm out of here.
A dominant show with the Sombra really assisting them in controlling pretty much anything Tokyo Tremors wanted to do, really shutting down the Genji, really shutting down the Winston. It worked out really well for them. But it looks like we're seeing some swaps here.
Check this out.
Makes sense. We're on a different map. I want to go out this way. Wrong window. So we are on the Bra map. And it looks like Atlantic Crusaders are responding in kind, bringing out that Rein Zarya, but we still have a double bubble from Tokyo Tremors with the addition of the Reaper instead of the McCree.
Capture the objective.
Other than that, we have a lot of swaps coming out from Atlantic Crusaders, essentially a completely different comp. Again, Rein Zarya, but with the BAP instead of the Ana. Magnomaly is still on the Lucio, Dabmaster on the Genji. And we are missing the fight. Anime Saint looking for a cheek pick on this Doomfist is going to immediately get Gory. Oof. Lamp comes out from Charlie to protect Womptomp as this brawl happens. Anime Saint's going to get another pick onto Smo. Womptomp's going to get Bathwater, and Anime Saint and Dabmaster are going to clean up. Let's see. Who is here? Alright, we have Magnomaly with the Jazzy skin. Speeding his teammates out. Alright, we really don't have any ultimates online yet. It's probably just going to be another straight clean fight from these two teams, but we do have the Brawl on the ground. Looks like we have the Reinhardt in here. Reinhardt just got shattered. Will he use it this fight? Reaper is on the point in the backline. It's quite annoying. Bathwater goes down. Free shatter. It's going to get 3 with Dabmaster cleaning up in the back. Just going to dash reset all over them. And that is another clean fight win. Now they got... Whoop. That's a fuck up. What are you doing there, Dabmaster? I was about to say they just had Blade from that fight. But now they don't. So that's really good for Tokyo Tremors. You just saw that they wasted Blade, but they still have a window, and they're getting a Graviton Surge real close. Meanwhile, Tokyo Tremors really doesn't have anything going for them right now. The Zarya is going to desperately try and build grab. They're at 99%. Window comes out. Are they going to use it as soon as they get it? Tokyo Tremors backs off due to the window. Dabmaster is going to die to a Fire Strike from Bathwater, but Wampanoff is going to get Fangori. Graviton comes out. They're sending the Reinhardt in. The stun is good. The meat is also good to protect the team. Tokyo Tremors coming into this up now with 2 trees getting the pick on Womptomp. Acid is going to die very quickly to Blinky, and right now, although Bathwater is very low, it looks like Tokyo Tremors has managed to claim the point, and they come out of it with several ultimates in the tank. They have Earth Shatter with Bathwater, Graviton Surge with Blinky, 2 trees has Death Blossom. Smo is almost at High Noon, and Fangori does indeed have Coalescence. They are going into a Slam from Anime Saint, another Shatter from Womptomp, and Shatter doesn't get much of anything. Death Blossom comes out from 2 trees, is going to get 1, and it looks like it claims the beat too. Wish SMO cleaning up the assist from Jabba. So that's nice. You got... Ooh, Bathwater's coming back. Alright, let's look at Blinky. Let's see where this Graviton Surge ends up. You know they don't have beat. They just used it, and it got canceled by the Death Blossom. Now, you have a free Graviton Surge, essentially. Trying to get some charge before the fight starts. Early poke. High Noon coming out from Smo. Trying to speed him in. Is going to get Anime Saint. This fight's already won. No need for any further ultimates. Womptomp is incredibly low. Lamp comes out in an attempt to save Womptomp. Window comes out from Charlie. Interesting choice. 2 trees is going to clean up both of those players as they push aggressively up towards their spawn, but back off. No ultimates used. They still have this Shatter Grab combo coming up on beat again. Meanwhile, Tokyo Tremors is getting, or not Tokyo Tremors, Atlantic Crusaders is getting close to this Graviton Surge of their own. But let's see if who can press Q first between these two Zarias, because that is ultimately what it's going to come down to this fight. Shatter comes out, is going to get 2. We have Dab Master with the blade, but it doesn't. It looks like it's only going to get 1. Magnomaly is going to get Smo. Anime Saint is going to get 2 trees. Nice build on that Dragon Blade. Almost makes up for the fact that he fat-fingered his ultimate earlier, because I actually do think if he hadn't fat-fingered, the Atlantic Crusaders may have held on to the point and had a better lead. But they managed to reclaim it. I will say, Blinky does still have the Graviton Surge going into this fight. They have beat. They are coming up on Death Blossom, but they also are going to be pushing into a Shatter here. Grab comes out from Blinky. Jabba is also going to beat. Smo is going to cast High Noon. We also have a die in the background, and it is press Q to win. Anime Saint trying to get Fangori with the slam. Doesn't get it with the slam, but does get it with the follow-up punch. As it looks like Tokyo Tremors use all their ults in an attempt to clean up the fight, but it's not quite cleaned up. They still have... Whoop! Womptomp is going to get a nice Shatter onto Bathwater and the other tanks. Ooh, and Bathwater loses his Shatter in the cast. Atlantic Crusaders still on this point with, I think, Acid trying to spin to win. That's some interesting ball play right there. Acid is going to get destroyed by 2 trees, and right now it is just a Reinhardt on point with some support. But is immediately, oh my goodness. Dabmaster gets another blade. Can he possibly clean this up and clutch it out for his team? Is going to get a triple kill. And right now it is a Reinhardt on point. Woo! It's just the Zarya, cleared with the Zarya. Nice clutch. That was an excellent clutch from the DPS of Atlantic Crusaders, as well as a good stall from Womptomp on the Reinhardt to allow his DPS to come back in time. First map is going to go to the Crusaders. Nice. Yeah, Dabmaster had some really good EMPs here. Good priority hack onto the one man with the support ultimate to maintain the hack and prevent him from using beat. Excellent choice.
Epic.
Alright. That is 1 up for the Atlantic Crusaders. It is now Tokyo Tremors map pick of any map type in the selected week 5 map pool. We shall see what they pick. Alright. But yeah, that was some impressive play, some impressive clutch from Atlanta at that last second there with Dabmaster getting those 2 blades and that right at the very end. But a strong showing from Tokyo. They are not quite getting rolled here. They potentially can bring it back. 2 trees and Smo had some good play. Jabba doing really well at getting beat and beating at the right time for his team. So we'll see. Oof. All right. Well, hope everyone's doing well today. on the Saturday. Oh, looks like we are going to Temple of Anubis, a assault map. Interesting. Don't know if I would pick Temple of Anubis against this team after seeing them run the Sombra. I feel like, especially if you're a defender on this map, that mega health pack on second point is just really strong for Sombra. Also, Dabmaster does have a decent Widowmaker. I don't know if you really want to bring that out here, but then again, I also think pretty much any assault map I think is favorable for Widowmaker. Let's see, there's Anubis, which is pretty good. There is Hanamura, which is pretty good with long sight lines. I mean, maybe Volskaya is not so great, but no, you can even set up on Volskaya if you're good enough, so maybe it's just... Although they could have avoided 2CP entirely, or done their best to, at least. Tokyo switch tank line. Um, well, they have been running Bathwater and Blinksy. What SR is Blinksy? Blinksy is a diamond tank with Bathwater. It's a plat tank. There are clearly better players in Spectator. Hard to say. They do have a lot of players. Listen, Tokyo came out for this game. So, we have quite the showing with GX shattering Izanami, aka Sayla, Meepster, Apollo, Mogu, and Smo. Or Smo's been moved to the bench from there. Shredder's also in here. Let's pick on Shredder a bit. So, in case you didn't know Shredder, he's a Zarya one trick. I don't know if he's on a team right now. Zarya one trick, Diamond, kind of low Diamond this season. That's kind of where he's been. But yeah, Zarya one trick, who occasionally likes to play Sigma. Nice kid. Apparently, he's here in Spectators. Alright, looks like we are getting some swaps from Tokyo with Bathwater being joined by GX shattering on the tank line and Izanami coming in for Schmo. Izanami, of course, is a Master's support, a Plat DPS, and a Diamond tank. Looks like they will be running him at the DPS slot. My guess is potentially they are going to be attempting to run. Usually when Salem comes in, it means they're going to try and run their Sombra Genji dive, which is what Tokyo has done whenever Izanami has come in. Every single game I've casted them for, which has been 2. So, it's not a large sample size, but it's large enough that I think I know what's about to happen. Meanwhile, no swap. Oh, actually, we do have swaps. Soul Chicken has arrived. Soul Chicken is here. Soul Chicken, another person who's been around MOWL for a long time, famous for his flying Reinhardt, and questionable decision-making skills. So, we'll see, we'll see. The fact that Chicken is in means they probably want to run a Reinhardt here. I don't know that he plays anything else. Let's take a look-see. No, he really doesn't play anything else. Let's see here. Yeah, no. This man is a one-trick. So they're probably going to play Reinhardt. So now you know, like, just by him coming in, you kind of know that they're wanting to brawl here. Meanwhile, based on the players at Tokyo's picked, I'm guessing they want to run a dive. We're just guessing there. Double bubble, probably. So, it looks like, oop, hi cat. Atlanta needs some extra time. Not quite sure what for, but they're not quite ready yet. Maybe one of their players had to take a bio break. But anyway, interesting. I'm very curious to see, a dive into a brawl on Anubis is not impossible. As long as you call your targets right. It'll depend a lot on the positioning from Atlanta about how successful the dive is, how well they're playing together, whether or not the dive can pick out one weak link in the back line. So, we'll see, we'll see. It looks like they are waiting for acid, and they are being forced to use their timeout time to continue to wait for acid. Interesting, yeah. Alright. And we wait even longer. So, I mean, we could talk about icons, because I always like to talk about icons. There's an attempt at coordination here with acid breaking the flow. There is zero attempt at coordination on the side of Tokyo Tremors in terms of icon management. Guys, you know you gotta bring it together with the icons before you show up. You gotta start the coordination before the game even starts with matching icons. Alright. I hate these timeout times because it's so much like empty void that I need to fill. And there's no end in sight with these timeouts a lot. I mean, I guess there is an end in sight. They only have, I think, 15 minutes, but 15 minutes is a long time to vamp by yourself in the quiet of your room with just your cat for company. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there that can be happening. So, I hope people are doing well. Oh, I know we have a couple of Southerners in MOWL. I hope people are doing well with the weather and everyone's okay. Where I lived, we had a bit of bad weather, but it was not anywhere near as extreme as what I've been seeing on the news coming out from Texas. So, I hope everyone down there is okay right now. And it looks like I'm safe from having to talk more about this because we are ready. We are entering the temple of Anubis. We have some fake outs, and then we have some actual picks happening. Eventually. We have 20 seconds to assemble our teams. Let's see where we go. Luckily, I'm really good at running my mouth. That's entirely true. I never shut up. And it is always going. I have been compared to a verbal freight train. It just doesn't fucking stop. For better and for worse, but mostly for worse.
Ready for battle.
Alright, looks like Tokyo Tremors is going to surprise me, pulling out the Sigma Hog with Smo on the McCree. Salem is going to stick to that Genji with Jabba on the Baptiste and Fangoria on the Ana. Looks like we have Anime Saint sticking to the Doomfist from last fight. Dabmaster on the Tracer. Charlie on the Baptiste. Magnomaly on the Lucio. And Soul Chicken's bringing out the Reinhardt. Looks like Dab is going to swap over to the Widow for some cheeky picks. Acid sticking to the Diva, which they have been playing decently well. Alright.
Hey.
Let's see. We're going to follow this golden gunned Widow and see what we can get. They have spotted Smo on the McCree from spawn.
Attackers incoming.
And now they are on the move. Is Dab going to grapple up or choose? Looks like it's going to start from the low ground. Whiffs the shot. Hits the shield. Hits the shield again. That shield damage is so good. You know Widow's really good. She's known for her shield break. We're going to go over and grab a Mega.
Much better.
This is the caster curse right here, I think. We hit something. We missed something. They have been spotted by Izanami. I don't know if you want to take this fight, Dabmaster. Woo!
Fool.
Close. But there is an actual fight happening on point. Let's see where Chicken looks like they have repositioned with this Rhino Risa onto the high ground to take the defender's advantage and kind of play as a team, hopefully with Dabmaster taking the offline. Let's see, I get off of Dabmaster's perspective and he actually starts hitting shots. We're going to get 2 kills onto Smo and Fangori. Where is Dabmaster setting up? On the traditional Widow Bridge. Didn't even stop to get a health pack, still on 7 HP, just asking for the Genji to come and dash through him. Gonna get healed by the teammate, but nice, off of those 2 picks, it looks like they are going to get point A. Pushing forward, Sights is available, is going to proc Sights immediately.
Hey there.
Looks like we're gonna go from this right side. They have spotted the Widow on the right. Kind of just grouping up behind the shield. Waiting for the Sights to run out. Ooh, dangerous game, Smo. Alright. Soul Chicken is in. Soul Chicken is anti. Shatter comes out. It's going to get Bathwater. As well as GX Shattering. Acid is going to clean up on the Horse. Horse did get a nice buff recently. Oof. Rip Salem. Nice counter pin from the Doomfist allows the Reinhardt to charge unimpeded onto the enemy Reinhardt. Soul Chicken is just going to hold down M1 skillfully here and just clean up the Tokyo Tremors. Smoke coming in on this Tracer in an attempt to stall. Blade gets casted but gets cleaned up by Acid. As right now we are just watching this Reinhardt just hold M1 consistently. And a solo shatter onto Fangori to clean up and claim Anubis with a time bank of 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Nice job, Crusaders.
0-2. Switching sides.
Tokyo is still in this. Let's see if they can beat
Match.
the time bank of 4 minutes 39 seconds. That is an intimidating time bank to beat on Temple of Anubis, as you can get stalled out pretty strongly on that second point. And Cat, my tea is not for you to drink. Remove yourself. All right. Let's see what the Crusaders decide to pull out on the defense, if they will stick with the defensive Widowmaker, which is not necessarily as advantageous
Ready
as you
for
don't
battle.
have the kind of availability of angles as you do on the attack. It looks like they're going to pull out the Pharmacy for the defense with a Junkrat coming out. They're still going to stick to this double shield with the Rhine Orisa.
Attackers
It looks
incoming
like we
in 30
have
seconds.
Smoke coming out on the Widowmaker with Salem going to the Junkrat and Bathwater and GX starting on the Rhine Zarya. Alright. Let's follow Bathwater in. I see that golden Reinhardt hammer. As it is time to attack the first point of Temple of Anubis.
4, 3.
Looks like they are perhaps expecting the Widowmaker from Dab.
Attackers incoming.
Although if you've scrimmed Atlanta, you know that they pretty regularly bring out this Pharmacy on Anubis defense. Junkrat chucking some mines, trying to get some shield break in. Fire strikes come out. Nice fire strike from Bathwater, already 10% ult charge. Jabmaster on the Pharah here. Trying to get some poke, but is going up against Smo on the Widowmaker. Let's see if Smoke can get anything. He is going to have to contend. Ooh, gonna die to the fire strike from Soul Chicken. Meanwhile, Bathwater Head and the rest of the team have gone into this mega room on the left side from the attacker spawn and are poking at the team from this angle. Bathwater is going to go in and try and get some charge for Zarya, but that is a lot of damage coming at you from the Junkrat. Zarya bubbles are both broken and Bathwater is going to go down to the Junkrat. Rest of the team is forced to back up without their Reinhardt and reset for another push. Let's see, enemy stand is actually really close to a tire here. No ultimates on the side of Tokyo Tremors. Let's see if enemy stand can get lucky with some spam here. Gonna pick Smoke, incredibly low, making a bold grapple. Salem also making a bold play to dive into the enemy team. Looks like they're pushing straight to point underneath. Tire is ready. It looks like he wants to do it. Is he gonna do it? He's antied. He's hurt. He is gonna back up in Tire. Let's see what he gets. Let's see what he gets. He gets Fang. Dabmaster cleans up Salem. And it looks like right now it is just the tanks on point with their Lucio. Justice reigns from above. It is going to clean up too, even though Zarya will get the pick on the far. Res comes out for Dabmaster. We do have a Valk on the side of Atlanta Crusaders as Dabmaster takes some damage, as well as a Bongo from Acid who is coming back. Shatter and Window pushing into another Shatter from Bathwater. Let's see where they want to go. Do they want to push through main? It looks like they're going to try and push through main. My bet is Chicken's going to drop behind them and Shatter. Ooh, not going to drop behind them. Going to meet them face to face. Java, both supports are down for Tokyo Tremors. They don't even need an ultimate. Excellent discipline right there to not press Q. Smo is going to get the pick onto Charlie. Res comes out for Charlie from Magnopoly. The Dabmaster does go down from Salem on the Ash. Nice swap there to try and help with the Pharmacy. So they are still down their Pharah. If Tokyo Tremors plays this right, they can get in quickly before the Pharah manages to get back to regroup. Nice conk, Salem, we saw that. Oh, he's gonna Shatter. You know he wants to. He's very low, though. Valk comes out to try and save Soul Chicken. They know he wants to Shatter. He's gonna Shatter. They're gonna do it anyways. Did they get beat out of that? They did get beat out of that. They Shattered, cancel beat. And they're just going to clean up. Dabmaster swapping over to the Widow to come back instead of the Pharmacy. Not going to push Pharah into the double hit scan. Instead going to bring out the Widowmaker and outrange both the Ashe and the McCree and force them to take kind of a disadvantageous duel. Bathwater still has their Shatter on the side of Tokyo Tremors with GX Shattering coming up on the Graviton Surge. Salem almost has Bob. Smo going to swap onto the Widow to try and 1v1 Dabmaster. They're pushing into another tire from Anime Saint. Still have the Bongo and the window from Charlie. Smell is going to take advantage of Dabmaster, but it looks like we have a Bongo as well as a tire. Bongo does get cleaned up by Smell, though Soul Chicken with the advantage of the Bongo is going to get both tanks on the side of Tokyo Tremors and force a reset. And the Orisa is going to try and contend with the Widow, which I guess she can do now since she has the anti-crit ability. And that is a solo shatter onto Salem with Bob on the Mega from Tokyo Tremors. It's his last fight, but they can't get to point.
Victory.
And that is the second map for Atlanta Crusaders. With Acid rocking the Orisa skin. And the play of the game is going to go to Charge Chicken, who's rocking a Soul Dynasty skin. Sir, do you know what team you're on? This was a good shatter here. Well timed. 10% from greatness, Mr. Chicken. Nice healing. 45% of the team's damage taken. Oof. Alright, let's update the score. With 2. Alright. Are we going to take a halftime? Oh, hi, cat. Looks like we are potentially taking a halftime here. Oop. That's flipped. No, we want score 2 to be here. There we go. Is that centered? It's good enough. Alright. Looks like we're going to be taking a brief halftime. Which I hate, because it just gives me more empty air to vamp. Which is a danger. A very strong danger. Trash map. Yeah, I mean, Temple of Anubis. Any of the 2 CP maps are not super great. Apparently, I was told by Deadstock, who actually cares about things that are coming in Overwatch 2, that they're removing 2CP as a map type in Overwatch 2, as they have decided there is no way to fix that map mode, and it is best to just get rid of it. Which I don't disagree with. I think it's like I get the concept in theory, but I think in practice it's hard. It's very hard. What to talk about? I don't know. We already talked about the snow, or lack thereof, if depending on where you live. Hi, Dab! Sorry I gave you the caster curse at the beginning of the map. I always feel bad when I'm on like a hit scan like a Widow and you like are on their perspective because you're hoping they get an opening pick. And then it's like the entire time you watch them, they just whiff shots left and right. And then as soon as I swapped perspectives, I think you got 2 headshots. So I think that was the caster curse in action. Hi, Allie. Ugh. Okay, looks like more halftime. Yeah, I don't know. It is still Tokyo Tremors map pick as well as map type. They can pick an escort or a hybrid map. And it is match point for Atlantic Crusaders. If they win the next one, they will win the game versus the Tremors. We'll see, we'll see. Tokyo Tremors may manage to flip this around and reverse sweep them. That would be quite interesting to watch. But I don't know. Talk about the individual players. I already did that, Dab. I talked about how I watched you whiff like 4 shots at the beginning of that map on Anubis. Talk about my fave anime. Ooh, I'm not much of an anime viewer. My sister's way more into that than I am. What was the last one she had me watch? Whenever I go home, she's always like, read. You have to. She doesn't call me read, obviously, but we're editing this. you have to watch this with me. Like I just you got to watch the first 3 episodes. I don't want to talk about it and uh have any sort of like opinions. Like you just have to be like, we have to sit in silence for the first 3 episodes so I can get the experience, and then I'm allowed to form an opinion and be like, okay, we can keep watching this, or I would like to be released from my prison now. I think the last one had me watch was Haiku. I think the volleyball. Is it Haiku? Haiku's the poem. I don't know if that's the right title. It's the volleyball anime with, you can tell the little like main protagonist because he's got the orange hair, which is just like that's how they do. Um, she had me watch that. That was kind of cute. It's fun because I used to play volleyball in high school, so I actually kind of know what they're talking about. Yes, to get together, Pangea. That is that's the right spelling. I don't think I'm saying it right. Um, but that is what she had me watch. She also had me watch. So actually, no, she hasn't had me watch. She showed me the last episode of one season of Demon Slayer because she was like, "This is just a beautiful scene, and I want you to watch it." So I have seen that. Other than that, I really only watched anime. I just don't watch a lot of TV now. Like, it's not that I have anything against anime. Like, I just, in general, don't tend to watch shows because I have very little free time and I'm gonna spend that playing video games and not watching TV. So I haven't really watched anime since high school, and that's back when like, oh god, I'm gonna date myself here. When like Fruits Basket was really good, and I remember watching Fruits Basket, like not the remake, but like the first one where they had really terrible like giant eyes and like blocky. Inuyasha was also really cool back then. Uh, all right, yeah, Inuyasha was. I remember watching that a lot as a kid, which I probably shouldn't have. I don't know if that was necessarily child appropriate. But I watched it as a child. What else did I watch? I mean, when I was really, really little, I watched Sailor Moon, but I feel like that's just like a rite of passage for a 90s baby is that you're gonna watch Sailor Moon and it's gonna be formative. For you, what other shows have I watched? I watched shoot, what was that? There was a Netflix show. It's not an anime, but it is animated, but it's an American show. It's like kind of stylistic. I think Love, Death and Robots is what it's called. That was cool. Um, it's like a series of short stories. Like there's no coherent plot throughout the entire season. It's just like every episode it's its own standalone story, and they all have different styles of animation and different storytellers. And I thought that was really cool, and they told some really cool stories in that. I don't know. I've watched British Bake Off as a great quarantine show for when you're feeling terrible. How's my work research going? Oh God, it's going terribly. That's the nature of research. So for those of you who don't know, my actual like job is I do science essentially. I do what's called preclinical research, which means I work in animal models instead of human models, trying to model various human diseases. Specifically, the disease I work with is addiction. Um, Basically, the idea of like whether you're addicted to alcohol, cocaine, nicotine, and cigarettes. I build models of behavior that are trying to kind of replicate the effects we see in humans of withdrawal, relapse, struggle to quit, struggle to keep clean. I try to replicate this in animals and kind of figure out what's going on in their brains so that we can build better therapies and treatments for human individuals later. Come join the Atlanta bench. That sounds like a terrible idea, Dab. I'm not going to do that. But anyways, back to my research, since I'm sure this is what you all want to hear about on a Saturday evening. Specifically, I work with cocaine addiction, which is still a prevalent problem. Not as much on the West Coast, surprisingly. It's more of an East Coast problem, which I think is kind of fascinating in and of itself. I'm pretty sure that's all just like social cultural stuff. But I look at how dopamine changes across withdrawal and how that figures into basically. And dopamine, if you don't know, is like a neurotransmitter that's kind of. You'll never forget the death conversation. Wait, which there was a couple of death conversations. So I talk about death a lot just because it's kind of my job. Because obviously, if I want to look at a rat's brain, the brain can't be in the rat. It's hard to look at. There's like a skull and skin in the way, so I have to take the brain out of the rat, which is not conducive to them continuing to be alive, obviously. So yeah, F to the lab rats. Their sacrifices are not in vain, and they're all very good rats. I always give them before their euthanasia day. I always give them a bunch of sugar pellets as like a last meal, which is kind of silly, I guess, for a researcher. But I like to give them like a little send off goodbye because they really like the sugar pellets, and they're all really sweet. I love my rats, which is why it's always sad to see them go. But we do what we have to for the science. And it looks like we have a map picked, at least. It looks like we're going to be going to Eichenwald, Germany, and the Black Forest. And I know that's a terrible German accent, but it's funny, so we're going to roll with it. Never been to Germany myself. The closest I've gotten to Germany is... Oh, the how would you kill someone conversation. Yeah, that was a conversation. So for those of you who don't know, in HZ, and I think this was Maria who started it, because she usually is the one who starts the nickname trends. There was a trend where we were like, how would you kill someone and who would you kill if you thought you could get away with it? Like essentially no consequences, you're not going to get caught. And that was your nickname for a while. I actually have a picture. Hold on. I could show the picture of how I would kill someone. Where is it? Do I have the picture? Yes. From Maria. So this is the picture Maria drew us all pictures of how we would kill people. I said I didn't really care who I killed, but that I thought it would be fascinating to remove someone of their protective skin, so just like peel them of their skin and then dip them in a bath of lemon juice and watch them die that way. Because lemon juice is an acid, but it's such a low acid, it's normally not a threat. But if you have no skin, it will kill you, but very slowly. And I think that would be an interesting way to watch someone die. So that was my pick. And so, it looks like we're actually going to be starting. So
Traveling to
let's swap
Eichenwald.
back and get back into some Overwatch. Into Eichenwald.
Initiating match.
I don't know where in Germany this is supposed to be exactly. Oop, there's a thingy on my monitor screen. You guys can't see that, but there's a bug. It's in my apartment. Hold on, there's a map in the attacker spawn. Can we figure out where we are in Germany? I remember, so Pandy's on our team, and Pandy is German. He translated this for us. It's not that hard to see, but I think he was saying that, like,
Ready for
some
battle.
of the city is real or something. Not Eichenwald, obviously, but the Stuttgart.
Hello.
I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. But maybe we are like close in Germany. Anyways, it looks like we have. Ooh, Crusaders are really favoring this Rhina Risa. Gonna be rolling out with a Tracer Doomfist on the DPS with a Lucio Baptiste for support. Looks like Tokyo's going to be responding by having a Sig Reinhardt, another little bit of a double shield, but Sigma I think has a weaker barrier than Arisa with Izanami on the Pharah and Smo on the McCree, Jabba on the Baptiste, and Fangori on the Mercy. Izanami's going to try and get some early rocket damage, misses all of it. Looks like they're speeding and rotating into this tiny room there. Nice boop, gets the supports. Ooh, forces out the lamp. That's really good for Tokyo Tremors. Lamp's forced out early. The supports are trying to make the rotation. Ooh, dangerously low. Nice pick onto Dabmaster from Smo. Looks like the Tracer is rotating over on themselves. Yeah, I don't know if you really want to be making this push. Doomfist is in with the team, but it's kind of... Yeah, you don't really want to be going down this hallway with your rockets checking at your face. And now they're kind of stuck here. I didn't actually... Holy shit. Wait, I didn't know you could actually shoot through those windows. I didn't know that was real. That's amazing. I didn't know those were actual windows. Alright, Dabmaster gets the pick onto Fangori. That is the Mercy down for the pharmacy. Forces Lamp out from Jabba. Charlie also lamps. Anime Saint's going to get 2. Dabmaster is going to get Smo. Salem has Barrage, but is kind of forced to back off. As always, just going to get picked and is going to kill himself. Whoop. As it looks like a little bit of an issue with the push. It's a long rotation, but it's good rotation. I understand what they wanted to do. They wanted to push all the way around to kind of take the high ground and then drop onto them from the back. Charged Chicken is pushing up to the castle, even though it looks like we have the Sigma setting up on the high ground, shooting at Dabmaster, who swapped over to the McCree to help deal with Salem on the Pharaoh, or Izanami if you don't know. Smo almost has High Noon. Gonna want to be setting up here. Charged Chicken also almost has the Shatter. GX Shattering and the Sigma are... Oops, GX Shattering and Bathwater are going to drop down to try and contest this push, with the rest of the team sticking to the high ground. Justice Reigns from above is going to get Dabmaster. Smo is going to get Charlie. Charlie is going to get Izanami, as it looks like we have... Oop, nice res onto Salem from Fangori, and it looks like Tokyo Tremors will manage to stop the momentum here. Almost. See, that corner isn't where you think it is. The wall isn't where you think it is. Bathwater, you're getting some bounce. Even though it looks like you can clear that, you can't actually clear that. Alright. Well, Charged Chicken does have Shatter, but so does GX Shattering. High Noon from Dabmaster is going to clear the pharmacy. Oof, gonna get hit. Meteor Strike comes out from Anime Saint, is going to... Soul Chicken is also going to Shatter. Beat comes out from Magnomaly. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of ultimates. That is 4 ultimates for a fight win. Meanwhile, no, it looks like they used lift. I missed that lift. It looks like they tried to lift window in there. Or no, I think no, they had the Baptiste, so they lift window in there. I just missed it. Valking out to try and get a last-minute contest onto this point. Let's see if GX Shattering can get this Shatter out. He's extremely low. Res comes out for Smo. Izanami is going to get Acid on the Orisa. GX Shattering is going to go down without using the Shatter. Right now it is just Salem contesting Justice. Reigns from above is going to take Soul Chicken out. Charlie is going to take out Izanami again, but then is going to get cleaned up by Bathwater. GX Shattering still holding on to this Shatter, maybe because it's in his name. He doesn't want to quite let it go. Shmo has the High Noon, probably going to go onto the high ground to set it up. They're pushing into a window bongo with probably a Shatter. Oof! Nice dink there. Anime Saint on to the Ash. Give a little more support to dealing with Izanami on the Farah. Dabmaster setting up where McCree's and other hit scans like to set up, which is on that bridge. Kind of hard to deal with. Bongo comes out from Acid. In addition to window, we're just right-clicking into the room. We're hiding in a tiny corner. Anime Saint is very low up top, but it looks like we just can't quite push it. Here, oh, Salem manages to get some picks in the back. Dueling Dabmaster, Acid comes out on the Diva, although it is going to get that pick. Bathwater is going to clean up Dab. Although, and it looks like Fangora managed to get out on the Mercy, probably dashed to her tanks to avoid getting picked. Tokyo continues to hold on Eichenwald's second point. Looks like Charged Chicken is going to try pushing through Castle. He's up top with the Shatter, waiting for his team. Is he going to drop down again? Drops down behind the bridge with the Diva and the Ash. They are pushing into 5 ultimates with just 1. This is not looking like a great fight for Atlanta Crusaders. Probably want to do a dry fight. Lift comes out. High Noon lift. High Noon gets killed by Dabmaster, although lift doesn't really get any value. Soul Chicken is going to just charge it out. Are they going to win this without ultimate? Soul Chicken gets 2, Charlie gets 1. And it looks like they're just going to clean win that fight. No ultimates invested and 2 ultimates taken from the Tokyo Tremors. Nice. So that was a bad lift High Noon. Alright. Shatter comes out from Charged Chicken, is blocked by GX Shattering. Heroes never die. The Valkyrie comes out from Fangori. Izanami kills the Lamp, forces them to back off and limits the amount of aggressions that they can do. GX Shattering still has the Shattering, but there is no barrier. Dabmaster is going to get 4 off of that High Noon. The barrier just too low, and they're going to continue to push around this corner, the window facilitating just a massive amount of damage from that McCree. We have a Diva Bomb from Acid. We still have the same Shatter that we have had from GX Shattering. This man's very attached to his Shatters. Diva Bomb comes out, is going to get 2. Shatter finally comes out from GX Shattering, doesn't manage to get anything. Bob comes out. from Anime Saint. Doesn't get anything. Magnanimous is going to press Q to beat and help his team try and claim this last little bit. And they are going to finish Eichenwald with 1 minute and 29 seconds on the clock. Nice job.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Alright. Hello again, cat. It is
Initiating
not yet dinner time.
match.
And no matter how much you cry, that will not change. Alright. It is now time for Atlanta to defend. Does that not get reassembled between flips? The door? Or does it stay like this? Hold on. Does this door go back? Or when you push through it, it doesn't... Oh!
Ready for battle.
Okay. That's what happened to that door then. Alright, looks like Acid's trying to do some funky stuff on the diva. Try and fake him out. I mean, the real play would be to stay on the diva after doing that.
30 seconds.
But he's not going to do that. Because he's an idiot. Alright, looks like we have a Ryan Zarya coming out from Tokyo Tremors with Izanami sticking to the Pharah that was working so well. Smo on the McCree, Jabba on the Anna instead of the Baptiste, and Fangori on the Mercy, pushing into another pharmacy on note. Instead of Dab now, this time it's going to be Anime Saint on the defensive far with Magnomly on the Mercy, Dabmaster sticking to the McCree, Charlie on the Baptiste, and Soul Chicken, and the Diva actually. So they went back and swapped to Diva. Oof! Direct hit. So from what I can immediately see here is that one team has immortality and one team doesn't, and that's going to be a lot of to play for, because you can't save your Zarya there. Smo's already dangerously low. Soul Chicken's going to clean up Smo. Anime Saint's going to got the pick onto GX Shattering, and Bathwater is going to get cleaned up here. Are they going to get Fangori? Ooh, so close, so close. Dabmaster does manage to get Salem. Don't res that smart. Backs off. Yeah, so you're essentially, like, immortality's just so good. It's so hard to be on Anna and pushing into an immort. Although they do almost have Nano. Nano Pharah's pretty good, especially when you're Pharah's Salem. Poking over rooftops. Really don't have... Oh, we almost have a Shatter from Charge Chicken. Let's see. Anime Saint is going to get the pick onto Jabba. That is really unfortunate. That's the main support down. Possibly don't even need an ultimate here. Could just kind of grind it out. Yep. 2 dead off of the main support pick. Although we have lost Met for Acid, which is pretty dangerous. Although Acid is going to kill Fangori in that baby demon form. That pistol is no joke. Dabmaster going to clean up Izanami. That's a nice stagger onto the pharmacy. Soul Chicken actually holding up his shield for once to protect his teammates so that they can get some poke DPS. Acid manages to get Mech back before they can push again. They now have 5 ultimates coming up on 6 for Atlanta Crusaders, going into 3, almost 4 from Tokyo Tremors. This is going to be a case of who can press Q first. Valkyrie comes out from Fangori to facilitate a push in, but they are stuck in this. Window comes out. Are we going to fire strike? We didn't have it. That was miscommunication. I saw the intent. Smo is going to get squished. Nice save for Dabmaster there. Shatter comes out, is going to get both tanks. Oof. This Soul Chicken just cleans up, holding M1 again skillfully. One ultimate used and a fight 1. You're still pushing into 5. Oh, no, 2 ultimates used and a fight 1. Still pushing into 4 ultimates. Ties it up with, actually 3. You might have grab here, depending on how much energy GX Shattering manages to get in the next fight. Let's see if Bathwater can make anything happen with this Shatter. Smo also has High Noon. Shatter comes out, it's not going to get anything. High Noon comes out from Smo, also from Dabmaster. Dabmaster is better. Izanami does get the pick onto Dabmaster. Pinning, but there's a lamp there. Lamp does die. Justice reigns from above. Anime Saint the Valk is also out from Magnomly. And it is going to kill as Magnomly brings out the pistol to clean up Bathwater and then reses Soul Chicken. Acid getting the departing pick on to Izanami. We have a Diva Bomb here. And we are at the minute mark. We have a Graviton Surge and a Bob. Potentially could get another Shatter here. We'll see. Bob comes out as an engagement. on a grab here, but you gotta be careful of the D.Va. They probably know. Nerf this. D.Va Bomb comes out. It is in the air. Is going to get two. Both DPS down for Tokyo Tremors. 30 seconds remaining. This is last fight territory. Soul Chicken does manage to get Bathwater. GX shattering so low. Probably not going to make it out. Can they get back to recontest? Smo swapping over to the Tracer to try and get there faster. Izanami onto the Soldier. Legs for days, man. Can he make it to point? Both tanks are here up front. Fangoria on the Lucio to try and get there and touch. Doesn't manage to make it. Sniped out by the Pharah. Smo hiding in this tiny mini room as Tracer to try and get there to trigger overtime. Forced to recall off point. Oof. Gonna get cleaned up by Acid. Overtime has been triggered. Shatter doesn't manage to get anything, but Bathwater's not a point.
Victory.
And Atlanta will take it. Strong showing from Atlanta. Let's see who gets play of the game here.
Play of the
It's
game.
gonna be Dab Master. This is gonna be that window high noon pushing from second on to third point. Yep, here it is. Nice. Shield was already low, and then the window just adds insult to injury, as they just can't clean this up any better. Nice job from the Atlanta Crusaders. Good job for Tokyo Tremors. They did hold it pretty long, and they almost had it there. Just not quite enough. I think, again, like, I think their biggest weakness in that last was not having the Baptiste, because that Immort's so good, especially, like, a last minute to save your tanks in a brawl. Like, it's essentially an extra Zarya bubble for your Reinhardt. And I think just not having that, it just means your Reinhardt can't brawl as much as the enemy Reinhardt. Which, against Soul Chicken, who's a very brawly Reinhardt, that's a real disadvantage. I also just think Acid on the D.Va is extremely good. Anime State had some good plays. Magnomaly didn't fuck up. So, you know, good plays. But yeah, Izanami also had some good plays on the Pharah. We saw some excellent support from Fangori. Java had some really good Lucio plays earlier. I don't know. I think it was a good game. We will update the score to indicate the 3-0 win of the Atlanta Crusaders over Tokyo Tremors. Join VC with us? No, I'm not going to do that, Soul Chicken. I don't care. That sounds like a terrible idea. Because that would be a lot of screaming, and I don't trust y'all to not say bad words on my stream and potentially get me banned off of Twitch. Because I know you kids. So, but good play from everyone. That was real impressive. And hopefully we can catch y'all again next week. I don't know what game or who I will be casting, but around the same time, same channel. And hopefully y'all have a good night.